What's going, guys? It's Deathmonk here. Today we're going to be talking about something rather interesting in the world of Formula 1. So, for those who don't know, I played loads of Formula 1 games as of recently. I'm currently got Formula 1 2020, 2019, 2018. I've been doing all of those, all those campaigns from those previous Formula 1 games, and basically I'm a big, massive fan of Formula 1. I have been pretty much all my life. And I've got a rather bit of interesting news here. Now, most of you know I always love to go on holiday to the USA. And it appears to me that, according to the Formula 1 Twitter account, there's going to be a Grand Prix held in Miami, Florida for the 2022 season. Now, if you look on Formula 1's Twitter account, you can actually notice they've actually updated something about Formula 1's newest race. So, as you guys can see, I'm just going to go back to the top of this. Everything you need to know about Formula 1's newest race, including how the track was designed. So, as you guys, there's the promotional poster for the Miami Grand Prix of 2022. So, Formula 1 has struck a deal to host the second race on the shores of the USA, with Miami famed for its sandy beaches, Art Deco vibe, vibrant multiculturalism, and rich sporting heritage, set to join the calendar in 2022. So, here's the ultimate guide of what to expect from the 19-turn temporary street circuit, the US 11th Formula 1 location in Miami Gardens. So the race adds to Miami's extraordinary sporting legacy. So Miami and sport are synonymous. Name a major American sport and Miami have got a team. The Florida city is home to the National Football League outfit, the Miami Dolphins, whose home ground, the Hard Rock Stadium, will be circumnavigated by Formula 1's newest Grand Prix track. You've also got the National Basketball Association, or NBA's, Miami Heat in town, along with Major League Baseball's Miami Marlins and MLS's Inter Miami, part owned by, of course, by football legend David Beckham. And to complete the quintet of major sports teams, there's the National Hockey League's Florida Panthers, who play in nearby Sunrise. But that's not all, there's international sport too. The Miami Open, one of the biggest tournaments on the tennis calendar, and lower only in prestige than a Grand Slam, takes place in the Hard Rock Tennis Center next door to the Dolphin Stadium, which has previously hosted NFL's showpiece event, the Super Bowl, of course. So, and then there's the love of all things motorsport, with America's premier stock car is NASCAR, which takes place at the Homestead Miami Speedway. They've also got another track just further up north, in just outside of Orlando, so that's really interesting. They'll also be extending a proud sporting legacy when it hits the Sunshine State next year for the first race in a 10-year deal. So F1 simulated 36 different layouts in Miami Gardens. So just before I go into this, obviously at this present moment in time we've got the Circuit of the Americas, which takes place in Austin, Texas. So it looks like it could potentially be replacing that track. So after initially trialling circuit layouts in downtown Miami in August 2017, the promoter of Formula 1 and Apex Circuit Design switched their attention to a site a few miles north 2 years later. As well as site visits, the team spent several days on Google Earth playing around with different combinations. It's certainly not the work of a moment. Since work began on the project 4 years ago, Apex and Formula 1 have created a staggering 75 layout variations across the various proposed sites. Focusing on the current site, the team have simulated an impressive 36 different layouts before landing on the current iteration, a 19-turn track that has the Hard Rock Stadium at its heart, and will have an average speed of 223 km an hour or 138 miles per hour. You could walk around the top deck of the stadium and see every corner of the racetrack, and that's pretty unique, said Tom Garfinkel, who's the Vice Chairman and President CEO of Hard Rock Stadium. It'll be a day race, though the session times will be adjusted to be sympathetic to the local area's needs, such as working around the school runs on a Friday afternoon when practice takes place. So it's a temporary circuit with a permanent field. So the track, which will have a top speed of 320 km an hour or 198 miles per hour, will have a street circuit vibe similar to Melbourne's stunning Albert Park, the host of the Australian Grand Prix, as the site is used for other purposes during other times. However, the layout, not akin to a permanent circuit, is predominantly flat, but there are small undulations to the land which designers have integrated into the circuit. The main elevation change can be found between turns 13 and 16, with the track heading over an exit ramp and under various flyovers across uneven ground. For example, the turn 14-15 chicane has an uphill approach with a crest in the middle of the chicane and then drops down on exit. With the Hard Rock Stadium, which features a 12-travelling gondola cable car system, that's a mouthful, the first to be built at any stadium in the US, no less taking centre stage. Organisers plan to use the venues for spectators and facilities with later iterations of the design, relocating the pits and Paddock Cup complex directly adjacent to the north side of the stadium. So as you guys can see, I'm just going to go through the little playthrough here of this rather unique circuit. So there you go. I'm just going to let this play through for you guys. So it's a 19 corner circuit. I think it looks pretty cool. So it's pretty much not all the way around the stadium. It's just like majority of it, which is rather unique. So I want to know what you guys' thoughts are of that. Again, let me know in the comments. So there's like a little overview of the 19 corners, and there's possible room for 3 DRS zones. Going from what I've seen so far, it looks like it's going to be between on the home straight between turn 19 and turn 1. Then I'm thinking potentially around the areas of turns 9 and 10 up to turn 11. And it appears to be the back straight between turns 16 and 17. So that's what I'm thinking. Could potentially be the 3 DRS zones there. So that's really unique. So it's actually quite a restricted site to work on, both in terms of existing infrastructure and operationally, said Craig Wilson, the F1's head of vehicle performance, and he was heavily involved in the process. There is a lot of underground drainage management that we had to be mindful of, given it is mainly flat land not far above the water level, and the Dolphins were developing part of the site to house their new training complex. The southeast-south corner section is where the Miami Open Tennis is held and houses all of their courts and infrastructure, plus a gondola system running above it. And the eastern section has a combination of Florida Highway on and off ramps from the Florida Turnpike, which is one of their main motorways, and some historical trees, both of which that we had to navigate around, which places a heavy restriction in the area. Then there's the matter that there is a big stadium and all of its infrastructure right in the middle of the site that has to operate during the NFL season. The circuit has been designed with spectacular racing in mind, and as with all recent new layouts, overtaking opportunities have been at the forefront of designers' minds when shaping the Miami track, with 2 key passing spots identified. The first is left-hander at turn 11, which comes at the end of the first of 3 planned DRS zones. The second is turn 17, a tighter left-hander at the end of the circuit's longer straight and second planned DRS zone. There is half a chance into turn 1 too, as organisers plot a third, albeit short DRS zone on the pit straight, which comes out of the fast turn 19. So, I guess it looks like my predictions were correct there. The location is F1 first, so for the first time in F1's long history, the championship will be hosted in a predominantly African-American community in the city of Miami Gardens, a few miles north of downtown Miami. It's a city that is on the up and is renowned for its small businesses and impressive food scene, particularly its soul food and Caribbean restaurants. With Formula 1 coming to town, it's hoping that business boom will continue, with 4,000 new jobs created for the community, according to the promoters around 35,000 local hotel bookings, and over $400 million in a positive economic impact to the city each year. The extra investment in the infrastructure, workforce and fabric of the African American community is just a part of a push to improve equality, though the race is one initiative around the world. So I want to know what your thoughts of this. Please do let me know in the comments box down below. So I'm just going to quickly finish this off. Miami's is Formula 1's 11th different venue in the USA. No country has made as many Formula 1 host venues as the USA. The country has held its first World Championship round at Indianapolis in 1950, albeit under Indy 500 regulations, not Formula 1. Formula 1 has visited Sebring, also in Florida, Riverside in California, Watkins Glen in the upstate New York, Long Beach in California, Las Vegas in Nevada, Detroit, Michigan, Dallas, Texas, Phoenix in Arizona, and Indianapolis on a road circuit, and finally Austin in Texas, which is where the Circuit of the Americas is. But even with so much history, Miami is said to be one of a kind, a fresh and exciting new event with a dynamic all of its own. We can't wait. So I want to know what you guys' thoughts are of this. Please let me know in the comments box down below. I think it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be pretty cool, street circuit. So we'll have to wait and see what that's got in store for us. Can't wait to check that out when Formula 1 2022 comes out on video games. But this is going to be really interesting, guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments box down below. Hope everyone's excited for it. If you are, smash the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. But don't forget the notification bell so I can see more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.